The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mike Harrison, and my wife, the better half, is Karen Harrison. We are certified OPTAVIA health coaches, and we are so excited to be here. And I'm excited to talk about becoming a coach, because this was something that really helped me move from a place where I was stuck to a place where life can be spectacular. That was me in the picture 10 years ago. And I was right around 320 pounds and excited to be able to lose weight, starting to feel great, and then helping other people begin to live their dreams through the coaching opportunity at OPTAVIA. And so the opportunity that we have before us is pretty exciting as we think about moving from what Nick talked about and being stuck, maybe not only physically, but also mentally and perhaps financially, to look at what OPTAVIA can provide for us. So I'm really excited. We've got a great lineup of presenters that are going to share. But before I bring them on, I want to talk to you a little bit about the genesis of our practice of our company. It started out with Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. Dr. Anderson basically is the leader of our company, and he's leading a great team of OPTAVIA coaches to help America get healthy and the world to get healthy, to develop lifelong habits, one healthy habit at a time, lifelong transformation. Dr. A is the author of The Habits of Health and Living Longer, a Healthy Life and Discovering Your Optimal Health, New York bestseller. He was named the 10th board certified physician and certified in critical care physician in the nation. Dr. A is leading this team of coaches, and they are backed up by an amazing company that provides healthy opportunities for people to get healthy through their meal replacement program. We're excited to be able to have this backup as we reach out to people in health to help them to really achieve their goals. We're pretty excited about what our offering is with OPTAVIA. Tonight we have Chris Pettit, Candy Staton, and Nancy Barnes, who are going to be sharing their stories in just a little bit about how they started as a client with some goals and getting unstuck with the help of a coach and being moved to an area where they can help others. And so we'll be bringing them on in just a little bit. But really the whole thing is about, more than ever, that we need to reach out and help other people because of the epidemic that we have in America. This mission of helping people get healthier, not only here in America, but to the world, is not only a mission, but it's a mandate. It's a must do. It's a must be. It's a must see mission. Why? Well, because of the health epidemic that we are experiencing. 37.9% of adults aged 20 years and older have obesity in their life. They're overweight, they're obese. And 70.7% of them are struggling with obesity right now. So the people that you're running into day in and day out are struggling with this, and they are literally praying at night for somebody to reach out and help them. And so our coaches reach out a helping hand, a caring heart to thousands over this journey in life to help them to experience optimal health. It's all based on 4 components. The 4 that I want to talk about that are a part of our program are that you get a health coach, you develop the habits of health, we teach you those things, we plug you into an OPTAVIA community, and then we help you with the fueling so that it's totally goof-proof of what you can do. So in just a moment, we'll bring on some of our health coaches that have really learned how to help others with what we do in our program. The OPTAVIA coach serves as a guide and supports people in where they are, maybe a stuck place, to where they want to be. to a spectacular place. During that time of them losing weight and starting to feel great, they are plugged into what we call the Habits of Health system that was created by our co-founder of the company of OPTAVIA, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. And with those habits of being placed and installed into the person, they are able to get healthy, stay healthy, and help others as well. Not only do we plug them into the habits of health, but we plug them into a community. Just like anything that you've done in your community, whether it's in business and you have a chamber of commerce, or if in your church or in your temple to help you develop spiritual disciplines, our community helps people really to master the habits of health. But also that one of the things, the fourth component that runs in the background of our lives are the healthy fuelings that are provided by our parent company. They're balanced, they're nutritious, they help people to figure it out. Things that were not able to be figured out before have now been figured out, and we help our clients plug in to these four components. So let's talk a little bit about it. The OPTAVIA coach is somebody who is caring and knowledgeable. They offer care. They support their clients by directing them, guiding them to knowledge. They offer one-on-one support. I always say we're better together. Even the Lone Ranger had Tonto. So our coaches provide that one-to-one support for our clients. It's a healthy lifestyle program. We're not about just weight loss, but about installing these habits. And that brings about a healthy lifestyle. And so that's the program. It's service-oriented, not product-driven. It's an opportunity for people to develop habits that change their lives forever. The coach serves as a guide to help people in these healthy habits to kind of steer them in what they want to be, what they want to have, and what they will become. The coach has the opportunity to provide encouragement and support to do life together with their clients so that they might really be able to master a healthy lifestyle. The Habits of Health is Dr. A's transformational habits of health system. We plug our clients into a system. The coaches are a part of that system, and they develop the steps over long-term success, and they learn over time to make these small, consistent changes. You know, consistency beats intensity 100% of the time. And so our coaches guide our clients into the Habits of Health system so that they can develop a consistency. So we're talking about lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. The third component that I mentioned is our OPTAVIA community. There are local events, there are virtual events like this. There's the Wednesday night call we just got off of with Nick. He gave us so many ideas and things to think about that will help support our health. There's support calls, there's nutrition support. We can talk to doctors, we can talk to nurses, we can talk to one another in the community, which really support the life that we want to have and the life that we want to live. I mentioned about the fuelings. We eat 6 per day, every 2 to 3 hours. Many people will say, yes, I've learned that. I'm supposed to eat 6 small meals a day. But where do I find those meals? You find them in OPTAVIA with your OPTAVIA coach. We provide those to you. We encourage our clients to drink water and to plug into all of the habits of health. The fuelings contain nutrition. They are packed with nutrients. They are carbohydrate controlled. What I'm saying is that these fuelings are balanced for you so that you get the right amount of calories and the right amount of nutrition that makes the system goof-proof so that you too can begin to lose weight. It's designed to provide the right nutrition at every stage of the journey. It's these 4 components come together and really create success for the client. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what's going on in your life, you can plug into our system. And so somebody that I want to bring on right now is somebody who plugged into this system as a client, and he saw the help that he was getting, the health that he was gaining, and the hope that he was able to offer to others. And so right now I want to welcome Chris Pettit, who's lost nearly 100 pounds on this program and helping others to do the same. Chris, welcome to the call.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. And guys, I'm super excited to be sharing tonight. This program has completely changed my life. And Yesterday was my 8-year wedding anniversary. So that means that this coming Saturday, is 4 years from the day that I started my journey. I started my journey 4 years ago this Saturday, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And I mean that in the best possible way. When I started on program, I thought this was a diet. I started because I was overweight. I was unhappy. I didn't really like myself that much. And I really thought I was starting just another diet. And it was a couple weeks in, I was about 4 weeks in, when people around me started to ask, hey, what are you doing? You look fantastic, but more importantly, you've got this energy about you. You've got something about you. I want to be around you more often. I'm like, oh, okay, excellent. Let me share this with you. And I sent probably 30 or 40 people over to my coach. And what I found was none of them got healthier. None of my friends and family were getting healthier because they didn't want to work with my coach. They wanted to work with me. And I never set out with this to become a coach. But what I found is that becoming a coach added this extra layer of accountability where I knew I was going to keep the weight off. When you're helping someone else regain their health, that feels 10 times better than it does when you're regaining your own. And I can tell you that over the last 4 years, this has been completely transformational, not just for me, but for my family, for my friends, and realistically for everyone we come in contact with. I have yet to meet an angry OPTAVIA coach. It's been amazing. And I know the other panelists are laughing right now because they feel the same. There are so many amazing people in this community that all started off exactly where you guys are, exactly where you are as clients. Maybe just kind of dipping your toes into the pool thinking, hey, I'm going to try this thing. This is going to be the next thing I try. Well, guess what? This is going to be the last thing you try. Because what's amazing about our program is that if you plug into all 4 components, the coach, the community, the habits of health, the fuelings, and you begin to pay this forward as a coach, you are basically giving yourself health insurance. You're providing that. And not only that, you're making a lasting impact on the next generation. The generational impact of this program is amazing. I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And my 4-year-old demands salad every single night. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's still a struggle to get the other 2 to eat anything, and sometimes her too, because they're toddlers. Toddlers are jerks sometimes. But what's amazing is she's demanding salad. And I think back to when I was 4 years old, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't demanding salad. And it's all because of the way I looked at food when I was being raised. And now I know my children are going to grow up knowing what healthy looks like, and they're going to pass that on to their children. And 4 years ago, this Saturday, I have to do a shout out to my cousin. My cousin Joe saved my life by never giving up on me. He continued to talk to me about this amazing program until finally I said, you know what? All right, I'm going to give it a try. And I did, and there's no looking back. I absolutely love this amazing company, and we'd love to have you guys with us as coaches and to join this amazing community. So Mike, thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Chris, thank you. And wow, you look spectacular in this picture. And thanks for sharing what how you went from stuck to spectacular with us tonight. And so it's going to be a spectacular salad for your kids. That's pretty exciting. You're changing the future of your family. That's so cool. And it's starting with you. Thanks so much for sharing tonight. You know, what Chris is talking about is what we plug people into. And what we offer as health coaches is that we're plugging our coaches and our clients into the system. We call it the Trilogy of Optimal Health. So we want all of our clients to master healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy finances. And the best way to do that, as Chris just said, 5 times more likely to really stick the landing, to move from that stuck place to spectacular place and never go back, is to jump in as an OPTAVIA coach. Because now you're going to have these 3 legs: healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances, supporting your optimal health. And what a sweet platform that is to be able to offer that to the world. Now, if I was going to take that idea of optimal health and I was going to put it on a graph, on a wheel, what would that look like? Let me put this in front of you. So if I was going to quantify for you, with you, what a healthy body looks like, you can kind of look at these numbers on my slide. What a healthy mind would look like if you quantified that and healthy finances, okay? And let's say that you were at a 4 in one area and maybe a 2 in another, and let's say that you're a solid 9 in the other area. Okay, great that you have that 9, great that you have the 4, 2. However, what's going on in your life is you're rolling forward through life is that you're hitting the 9, that's great, but then you hit the 2 and the 4 and you feel that rut and you feel like stop, start, stop, stop, start, stop, start. And that's how people feel, maybe in their lives, maybe in their jobs, maybe in their families, maybe in their health, is they feel like they get going and then all of a sudden something stops. They hit that flat spot. Well, what we get to do with our coaches and our coaches get to do with our clients, what our business leaders get to do is to take everybody to a 10 in every area in this wheel, so that they have more balance. So optimal life and optimal health is moving them forward, and they pick up momentum as they're serving along in our mission. This must do, must see, must be mission of OPTAVIA. Someone to come and talk about that right now is Candy. Candy's one of my coaches. And Candy, I'm so glad that you're here to share a little bit about what your experience of moving from stuckness to spectacular has been
Mike.
about.
Thanks
Candy,
for
welcome to
having
the call.
me. It's such an honor and a privilege to be talking to y'all tonight. I'm so glad that Nick went before us, because, you know, that was me. I was stuck in that place. That girl in that middle picture there, that girl on the left, she was stuck. She was in a very dark place. She had come from a long line of obese people, and we threw food at everything. Happy, mad, sad, glad, we treated it all with food. And, you know, that picture there, I'm in my late 40s and, you know, yo-yo diets my whole life. And I knew that if I didn't get a handle on that, what was ahead of me was a diagnosis, medical procedures, and a very cruddy life. And I knew I needed to figure it out. So I was really miserable at that time. When a friend of mine came and said, you know, Candy, I'm going to try this program. And honestly, when she said that to me, I rolled my eyes at her. I can't even imagine what she thought when I sat there and rolled my eyes. I thought, yeah, right. Okay, fine. Another program. Well, I'll be here when that doesn't work. So fast forward 3 months later, she had her weight off, and that really got my attention. And I said, okay, you need to tell me what you're doing. And she said, I am working with a coach. Here's her number. And I called up this coach. She didn't know me. And I said, you know, you don't know me, but I need to do this program. You help my friend. And that was 5 years ago for me. So 5 years ago in March, I started this program. Having been a stay-at-home mom all my life, all my kids' life, when they grew up, I was baking after they left, because I had lost myself. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was baking, I was eating all kinds of sugar, and just basically medicating myself. So when I found this program, I learned how to show up for me. I learned how to be my friend and be a friend to me, and how to feed myself, and learned how to create a life that I saw others living, and I wanted to live myself, but could never hang on to it. There were times that I was able to lose weight, but I was never able to hang on to it. So that picture there with me and my son, that's very, very precious to me, because I'm in a place now where I always dreamed I could be there. So here I am. And the best part about that, 2 months into my journey, I decided I needed to coach. I decided that other people like me needed to hear this story. They needed hope. They needed to know that there was something out there that worked. They needed to know that there were people that did what they said they would do. That they would show up for you, that they would help you. So I've had the honor and privilege of helping hundreds of people through this program. Even like today, I signed on a brand new coach, Josh Baker. Woohoo, out to you. Shout out to you, dude. And he just signed his first client on today. And I'm so excited because he's going to create a life for him and his young family. 5 kids, guys. A life that they dream about. So I'm really excited that I get to, not only I've changed my life, but I get to get out there and help other people change their lives as well. So yeah, Chris, it's hard to see a mad coach out there, right? Because we get to help other people change their lives too.
Oh, Candy, that's awesome. You know, and we talked about, is Nick moving from stuck, and we're talking about spectacular, but you've added the sparkle to spectacular. I mean, just to hear your story, and now you're bringing on another coach who's helping a client day one. Wow, that's amazing. And you're supporting all the way along. So that's really cool. It is a thrill for me and a thrill for Candy and all of us to be able to come alongside people and help them with our passion, and to have that purpose, that life fulfillment in helping others. You know, that's one of the reasons why most people are not satisfied in their job. So many people are not satisfied. They're not making the money that they want, but it's not about the money. It's because they're just not fulfilled. They're not satisfied in their job because they're not able to help people. And so your friends aren't telling you this, but I will. Less than half of your friends have a rainy day fund. They don't have any savings. They're gonna, I mean, if they missed one paycheck, it would be just an absolute bankruptcy situation. And only half of your friends are satisfied with their job. So many people are just existing. They're surviving rather than thriving, that they are stuck rather than spectacular. And we want to reach out to them and just nudge them along and help them with the opportunities that we have. And what's the opportunities? Oh my goodness, guys. The market is so big. The opportunity out there is just unbelievable. First of all, let's look at the opportunity for yourself. To live that life of balance, that optimal health wheel that I showed you, they keep on going and going and going, and they never stop. It's exciting. So yes, they could become a client and they will have lift, but they will have a launch if they become a coach. And we're so excited to be able to talk to people about that. And we're not ashamed to offer that. It's so important. And how big is the market? Well, it's a 3.72 trillion global industry that, I mean, the 7 out of 10 people that you're meeting every day are struggling with weight. They want to lose weight, or they're struggling with a diagnosis because that's obesity related. So many people are unhappy in their job. So many people want to do something different. They just didn't know that this was available out there. The market is huge, and we have an opportunity. We need help to bring people from a place of stuck to a place of spectacular, and people like Candy and Chris who bring the salad and bring the sparkle to life in a new way, to change their legacy. So becoming an OPTAVIA coach reinforces your decision to be healthy. I'm putting a stake in the ground, and I'm going to tell other people about it. You know, you're like the 5 people who are closest to you. So make those 5 people the people, your clients that you're coaching. You get an opportunity to pay it forward and to make a difference. It's fun and rewarding, and I would add to this slide, fulfilling. It's a joy, a pleasure, a privilege to bring people on and to help them in health. And there's a great compensation. It's the currency of goodwill. I got to help somebody. And then the fulfillment of financial goals, and then living a legacy, like Chris said, that he has changed the way that his family eats. Candy has changed the way that her family lives. And this is so exciting about what we can do as health coaches. We have a progressive growth model. Everything that I'm talking about is laid out intentionally to help you succeed. Just like that first time that you opened up the OPTAVIA Fueling, that part started you on a path. We start all of our coaches on a success path. They might be just coaching clients at the beginning. They're an OPTAVIA coach. They might be coaching clients and coaches. They become a business coach. And then they have these little teams that happen all over the place, and now they become a business leader. So they go from OPTAVIA coach to business leader. They can be at whatever place that they want to be, and we will help them with the training that they need. Like I said, Lone Ranger had Tonto. You always have your coach to help you in life, health, and business. That's what we're here for, to support you. So how does it work for a coach? Well, it's a relational model. So who do you know who needs to get healthy? Reach out to them and see if they're ready to choose optimal health yet. Because you're self-employed, you get to set your schedule, you get to set your hours, and you decide how much you want to work this business, whether it's 5 hours a week, 5 hours a day, 5 hours a month. We can show you how. There are full-time and part-time opportunities, very low startup costs, and the operating costs are very low as well, and there's no inventory. You don't have to stock any food, any services, or anything like that. Flexible business so that you can work from wherever you are. There are no monthly purchases or quotas. You decide how you want your OPTAVIA business to serve other people. There's complete training and support. Everything that you need, we provide, which is turnkey. We'll show you how every step of the way. We have a comprehensive training system. It's on-the-job training, so you're going to be earning as you're learning. You're going to have that business coach, and then that business coach has a mentorship team that we plug you into. So just like the Optimal Health plug-in, the system that we plug you into, it's the same thing in offering you the support as a coach. We do team coaching, so you never have to feel like you're by yourself when you're supporting a new client, and you work at your own pace, and you plug in where you can, when you can, and how you can, whether it be a local event, a virtual event, or however you want to run your OPTAVIA business. Speaking of pace and talking about how you want to run your business, I want to bring on Nancy Barnes. Nancy was my very first coach that I brought on a number of years ago. And, you know, there have been times when, she jumped in as a client right away and started helping other people. And then there are times when life happens, and so she sets the pace. And she is setting the pace right now. I got to tell you, she's supporting more people than I've ever seen her done before. It's just so exciting to see the sparkle in her eyes as she's supporting others. Nancy, I want to welcome you to the call and tell us about your journey in OPTAVIA.
Well, thanks, Mike, for having me. I joined OPTAVIA, or I didn't join up front. I met Mike at a networking event, and Mike didn't know me prior to that. And so we got to talking, and I was working on creating a new business, and I needed some business coaching. So that's how he and I kind of got started. Mike didn't know my background as far as what all was going on at home. So I had been a nurse for 27 years, had been a director of nursing most of that time, and was kind of tired. I also was in a relationship for 39 years with an abusive man. On top of that, I had lupus, and my mother was in the process of dying with Alzheimer's. It was one of those times in your life that, you know, you throw up your hands and you go, okay, I don't know what to do. And so on one of our calls, I told Mike, I said, my household, I'm out of control of everything. And Mike's words back to me were, can you control what you put in your mouth? And I was mad at him. But I told him, yes, I can do that. And that's what started me on my journey to becoming healthy. Over that next 7 months, I lost 85 pounds. I also, because of Mike and Karen, had the coaching and the support that I was able to walk out of the relationship that I was in. It was a total change. During that time, my mom also slipped away. And I remember Karen praying over the phone with me. I was not going to do this. But the coach was such a support between the two of them. Now, by the time everything in my life was beginning to calm down, I looked at Mike and I said, hey, how do I become that coach? You guys gave so much to me. I would like to give back. And I remember Mike saying, well, you got to let me check. I was his first coach. So we've been together a long time, haven't we, Mike? From that time, if we fast forward, 2015, I met a wonderful man. 2016, we got married. And I did a lot of coaching for a while, and then like Mike said, life happened and I would be back to part-time, and then I'd pick back up again. Well, during that time, I ended up having some chest pain and wound up doctor diagnosing and going in and having a heart cath. Well, what the doctor told me was I had what they call the widowmaker vessel that was 100% blocked in 2 places. He said there was no way I should have survived. However, I had learned to love the gym. I had learned how to eat right. And I had stayed in a healthy state as far as, even though my vessel was clogging, I created little bitty vessels that went ahead and fed the bottom part of the heart that kept me alive. So as they rolled me out of the heart cath unit, 2 of the attendants that were in the procedure said, "We want the numbers that you use for the Michigan lottery because you're lucky enough. We want to make sure we bet the same numbers." Definitely, God had his hand in it, but so did the fact that I had changed my eating habits and so much of what I was doing for the 10 years that between now and meeting Mike. Totally changed my life. I really have appreciated so much that has happened. Other life things have come along, and I know because I'm basically healthy and I continue to eat that way that I recover quicker and things just go so much better. So I want to thank you, Mike, for having me on. And I'll share a little side story. The picture of me at the day of our wedding, Mike was the one that married us and Karen was the one that took the pictures. So it was quite a special day. Thank you very much, Mike.
It was, Nancy, a special day, and you're a special person. Wow. Thank you for sharing tonight, and all the panelists. But, Nancy, what you shared is and that's how your life is today. And it's been so great to be a part of it. What would your life look like because you decided to become a health coach? I can't tell you what helping people could look like. I mean, it might be, saying something like, obviously Nancy could control what she put in her mouth, but I couldn't control what I said out of my mouth, right? I was sassy pants, and she probably should have kicked me to the curb. I don't know, but for some reason she was ready. And so maybe there's somebody in your life who's ready. Maybe you're ready to help other people. And that's all I tried to do, is to show up to Nancy and these others that we've talked about tonight. They're just helping, reaching out. And if somebody's ready, then we extend our hand to help. But what could that look like for you? Lives impact others. Your life being impacted by this program, that life, just like Nancy's and Candy's and Chris's, just like Karen and mine, can impact other people. You're probably impacting more people than what you even know about. And so I want you to think about what could happen, not only from a financial standpoint, and certainly you can go on to OPTAVIA.com and take a look at what the income that coaches make, and you can ask the questions there. But think about not only the lives impacted, your life impacted, but what else could happen? What could be created? What opportunities of life could be created in the future simply because you said yes? I want to boldly ask you to think about joining our community. Reach out to the person who invited you to this call. I don't know what your story will be in the future, but I do know that a choice that you make today in becoming an OPTAVIA health coach is a good one. And I just appreciate the panelists who have been here this evening to share their stories, and the people that you're helping today and the people that will be helped tomorrow, just simply because you said yes. I hope those who are on the call will say yes and contact the person as well who said, I was on that call and I appreciate you inviting me so that I can learn how to become an OPTAVIA health coach today.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.